we're just gonna go create, and then query design, and the show table should pop up. You want the categories table, so double click categories table, and the products table, and you hit close. So you add in category ID, the unit price from the products table, and the product name. After you've done that, it says run the query to note the category ID, but we're not going to run it. We're just going to open the categories table. Just to note that the category ID for meat and poultry is 6. Just have that noted in your head. And we can close that categories table. So right click close. So it says add the appropriate category ID criteria to limit the query output to only meat and poultry. So for the category ID criteria over here, we want it to be 6 to get only the meat and poultry. So when we're converting a query, all the conversions happen in the design tab, and over here in the query types. So you see the query types. We want it to be from instead of select, we want it to be an update query now. So we're gonna click this update query type. And then we want to update the unit price for meat and poultry only by increasing it by 6%. So you see here the update 2 that just got added in. For unit price, we want it to be unit price in brackets times 1.06. So we're doing 1.06 because we want it to increase by 6% the unit price, so we're multiplying the unit price by 6%. That's what this formula is doing. Everyone got that? Yeah? Yeah. Yeah. Because we're only changing the meat and poultry criteria. I mean, we're only changing the prices for meat and poultry. Okay. So the criteria, close the other, why do you have to, close this one? Why do you have to? No. The category is 6 criteria. Change it to update period. And then the form. Yeah, so it's bracket unit price times 1.06. So go to query, get all of you out right now. Just click the query design, add the products table and the category table. And close it. And then add in category ID, unit price, and product name. Once you've done that, criteria for category ideas. And you see up top, instead of select, we want it to be update. So you see the query types. We want it to be an update query. No, query select. We want it to be update. Once it's an update query, we want it to update 2 for the unit price. No, update 2, not the criteria. Yeah, no, the update 2. We're changing that to putting in, yeah, the unit price, so bracket unit price. Bracket times 1.0. Hey, you guys are on time now. Make sure you follow along. No, it's okay. Anybody else need help? After that step, it says we're gonna view the query in data sheet view just to make sure that we have 4. Once we have the 4, we're gonna go back to design view. Once you're in design view, we're gonna run it. So once you run it, this should pop up. And it should be you're about to update 4 rows. And we're only doing this once. If you do it multiple times, it's gonna keep increasing it by 6%, and you don't want that. So we're just gonna do it one time and hit yes. And that's it, that query worked. Yeah. Name it. Update. Meet. Start.
Yeah, that's it.
After you've done that, we're just gonna save it. And rename it to update me slash poetry prices. And then you hit OK. And then you close the query. So you can see there's this new query here, the update one that you just created. Everyone follow along? Give me 1 second. Alright, for the next step, it says you identify orders shipped during the first half of the year. So we're creating a new form, new query, sorry. We're gonna create a select query. So go back to create, query design. That identifies all orders shipped between these 2 dates. So we want to include all fields from the orders table. So double click the orders table and add all those fields in. So just double click everything in that order. Once you've added it all in, we're gonna add the ship date for the criteria that it wants the ship date to be, and it's written as between. Don't forget the hash marks for the dates. 1-1-2020 hash mark and hash mark 3-31-21 hash mark. Everyone got that? No, it has to be attached to date. bracket unit price. Everyone got that formula in? Once you've done that, it says convert the select query to a make table query. So you see up here in the query types, instead of select, we want it to be a make table. So click make table, and we want it's gonna make a new table, and we want the name of this new table to be orders archive. Once you name that, just hit OK. And then run the query. So we're going to run it. So it says you're about to paste 4 rows into a new table. So it's creating a new table for you. And you hit yes. So you see over here, this new table got created, orders archive. And now we're going to save this query as make orders archive table. Then you hit OK. And then you close this one. Next. No, it's hash marks, not stars. This one. Wait, no, change it to new table. Name it. Order graph. After you close that query, we're going to make a copy of that make orders archive table query. So over here, you see the make orders archive table query that we created. We're going to right click it, hit copy, and then right under it, we're going to paste it. And then we're going to rename this new one append orders archive table. The hash marks before the dates. No, not the star, the hash, this one. To delete those quotations too. So, let me just catch up. Space and the other date. Yeah, make order archive. And then close it. And copy it. Paste this. After you've named it append orders archive table, you hit OK. And then you're gonna open that append orders archive table in design view. So right click and open in design view. After you've done that, convert the make table to append query. So over here, instead of make table in the query type, you want it to be append. So we're just gonna click append. And we're still appending the same table, so we don't have to change the table name. And you hit OK. But now, it says after you convert it to the append one, we want to modify the criteria to append order shift. So we're changing the date. Instead of 1/1, we want it to be 4/1/2020 and 6/30. Everyone follow along on that? Oh, sorry. I'll come around. I'll come right there. Yes. Yeah, that's right. Okay, once you change the date, we're going to save it. Oh wait, sorry. I had to modify the append order shift between. Okay, so we're going to run it. And you should see you're about to append 2 rows. And hit yes. And you're going to save it. And then close it. Now we're going to open the orders archive table. So the one we created over here, the table. In design view. The table. Make sure it's the table. In design view. And you see the order ID, it should be already highlighted, and we want to set that as a primary key, so click primary key. So we're setting that order ID as your primary key. And then we're going to view it in datasheet view. You must first save the table, hit yes. And then close the table. Once you've done that, we're going to make a copy of the append orders archive table that we created over here. So right click append orders archive table, hit copy and download, hit paste, and then rename it delete archive orders. And then hit OK. And then it says open the delete archived orders in design view. So right click the delete archived orders that you just created in design view. And convert, so instead of append, you see back in the query type, instead of append, we want it to be a delete query. So we're going to click delete. So now it just changed to a delete query from the append query. And then it says, after you've done that, you want to modify the criteria to delete all archived orders. So to get all archived orders, we're just going to change the date from 1/1 to 6. I think it's all the way, yeah, so all the way to 6/30/2020. Let me just double check that date for you. Yeah, I changed it back from 4 to 1/1. Yeah, so from 1/1 to 6/30. So we're just changing that 1 month, so it encompasses all of the dates. Once you've changed the date, we're gonna run it. So it says you're about to delete 6 rows from a specific table. That's okay, and then you hit yes. And then you close the query. Or save and close the query. After you've done that, we're gonna open the profit query in design view. So the profit one over here, open it in design view. And then we're from the employees table that's already here. If you see it should be hiding down here somewhere, but you just move it up. And we're gonna add last name. Double click last name, and it's gonna be added to the end. That's what you want to do right there. That's that. And then you run, save and close. Everyone got that step in? Once you've added the last name in there, we're going to use the query wizard to create a cross-tab query. So go to the create tab. Over here, you see the query wizard, like that. You want the cross-tab query wizard. You hit OK. Everyone got to that? Found the query wizard? So we want to get a query. So instead of tables, we want to view queries. So that profit query should appear. You hit next. We want it to be, so it says which field value do you want as your row heading. We want our row heading to be ship country. So you click on ship country and add it to the right. And then you hit next. And it says which field values do you want your column heading, and you want category name. So just click on category name as your column heading. And then you hit next. But now this area where it says what number do you want to calculate with each column and row interaction, we want it to be, it says sum the total quantity. So we have quantity highlighted already, but we want it to sum, not average. So we're just going to click sum the total quantity. Everyone got that? Once you did that, you hit next. And the default name you want it to be is profit underscore crosstab. And you hit finish. So it should look like this. Now we're going to modify the query. So right click, design view. It says category name as row heading. So you see category name over here. Instead of column heading for crosstab, we want it to be row heading. And it says last name as the column heading field. So we can just change that by taking ship country and changing it to last name. And make that your column heading. So last name is your column heading, category name is your row heading. Everyone follow along? Step 15. After you've done that, you change that to your column heading. You're going to run it, save it, and then close it. Now step 15, we're going to create a query. So go to create, query design. We want to add all of the fields from the customers table. So we're going to add our customers table in as well. And with the customers table, add the orders table in as well. Because this table is going to get you customers with no current order details. So we're going to add all of the fields from the customer table. So add them all in. And we're also going to add in the customer ID from the orders table. Because we want to determine all the customers that have no order details, and we're going to do this by over here in the customer ID from the orders table. The criteria we're going to type in is null. So capital I, lowercase s, space n, capital N, ULL as your criteria is null for the criteria for customer ID from the orders table. And then we can run, and it's going to be blank, like that's okay. And you hit save, and name it customers with no orders. close it. And you're good to submit this one. If anyone's stuck or needs help, I'll come around for a minute or two. And while I'm doing that, you guys can get chapter 7 open as well then. And if you exit out and this pops up, this action will cause Microsoft Access to empty the clipboard. That's okay. It's just clearing up the copy and paste things you did earlier. And hit yes. And then chapter 6 is done. Now we're going on to chapter 7. Anybody need help with 6?
今天这科项你都去找他吧。我那已经写完了，对吧？那没事了。多少个？16分就等于第4作业了。
You want to stop right now? Let's get 7 done. Come back. Let's get the. Let's get 7. So afterwards, I can help this when you start. It's on your show. Does anybody still need a minute opening up 7?
What's that?